now move on to item number 15, political violence resolution.
Okay. I'll take one chance down. And Courtney, you can make copies of this, so in case anybody in the audience wants a copy of it. We've had a lot of political violence recently in our country, and in particular, we have a statewide candidate who has advocated for putting 2 bullets in the head of one of his political opponents, and a lot of people are calling on him to step down since there's a lot of early voting. And so I'd like for John to read this resolution, and I will make a motion once it is read. If someone wants to second it, we can discuss it.
Resolution on political violence. Whereas 2 assassins attempted to kill President Donald Trump in 2024. Whereas violent political rhetoric and actions have risen in 2025, as evidenced by April's bombing of the Pennsylvania governor's mansion, with Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro and his family inside. June's murder of Minnesota's Democratic Speaker of the House, Melissa Portman, and her husband in their home. And September's murder of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk at a campus outreach. Whereas the Virginia way means treating one another with respect in spite of political differences, and working together for the betterment of our Commonwealth and our communities. Whereas our constitutional republic is in danger whenever people express themselves with violence rather than through free speech as guaranteed by the First Amendment. Whereas Attorney General candidate Jay Jones, reacting to Speaker of the House Todd Gilbert's eulogy at our former delegate Joe Johnson's funeral, texted, quote, 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time, unquote. Whereas Attorney General candidate Jay Jones, referring to Gilbert's family, offhandedly remarked that, quote, only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. Do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they are breeding little fascists? Yes, unquote. Whereas Virginia's extreme early voting law has allowed many Virginians to vote without all of the information that has come to light in this year's statewide races. Whereas the duties of Virginia's Attorney General must be carried out by someone who is not fueled by rage or driven by feelings of personal vendetta. Be it resolved that the Town Council, first and foremost, purposes to always combine a vigorous exchange of ideas with a peaceful and respectful disposition toward those with whom we disagree. And furthermore, the Town Council calls on Jay Jones to immediately withdraw from the Attorney General's race in Virginia.
I make a motion, and if approved, I would charge our mayor to turn it in as a letter to the editor to the Coalfield Progress.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Any discussion?
I don't know why we think this is necessary at this level. You know, at our level, we should be worried about our community, not what's going on in the big picture.
I think we need to add our voices to those who are calling on him to resign. I think what he did was deplorable, and I think that with the early voting we have in Virginia, we need to make people aware of what he said, and that we think he ought to drop out.
I think that's a matter of personal choice. It's not to this council to decide for others and speak for others with regard to a political situation of that nature. I don't think it belongs here.
Well, there are other bodies that are doing this, and so I want to present it as the voice of the town of Pound that he needs to get out of the race.
Is there any more discussion? Okay. Can we have the roll call vote of that, please?
Cawthorn,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Kennedy,
No.
Mullins,
No.
Powers.
Yes.
And the motion passes.